Guys,
Okay.
good morning. My name is Nick Shetty, and I'm the director of PLM Central. A very warm welcome from the team at PLM Central. And sorry about this initial startup problem which we had. We are also learning the technology along with all these things. So apologies for the delayed start. This particular customer, this journey which we went through with this customer is very dear to me, especially. And we want to share this experience with you guys. That's the reason for this webinar. And, every company, every customer follows this process and has some challenges. So we have overcome these challenges and we want to just share our experience with you guys. That's why we are here today. So moving on to the next slide. So, oh, sorry, just a minute. I just popped up into the next screen. Okay, just to give a background of myself, I'm a Bachelor of Engineer, Industrial and Production Engineer, and I'm the Director of PLM Central. My role is I get involved in sales and technology innovation side of the business. I guide customers with my immense knowledge which I've gained due to my experiences with different kind of organization. I tend to talk to customers who are in very challenging environments, and I tend to give them some understanding of what we are and how we can help them. So that is my goal, and what I come across as a business, that these are some of the things which we contribute to our end user customers. It's very important that the customers understand our value and what we bring to the table. That's where our role is. We work very closely with customers, and you can see in the next few slides how critical was our part of the implementation and how we contribute towards the customers. As you can see, my background, I've been working on data management technologies since 1998, and we are a PTC reseller. Saying PTC, we work with different technologies, but our core components of our digital transformation are mostly PTC technologies. Okay, and just to give you a reference of the company, PLM Central was started in 2016, and we are growing very fast in terms of customer base and the technologies which we adopt. Some of the core technologies which we adopt are CAD, PLM, industrial IoT, and the latest one which we are trying to push towards is augmented or mixed reality, which will be our critical part of our product range and deliverables. And these all technologies work seamlessly, and that's what we bring to the table, how we can formulate or give the customer the best solution using all these technologies in a very cost-effective way, obviously, because customers are nowadays very cost-effective. They need a very point solution. So that's where we are going to focus on. Just to put the rules right for this webinar, we'll be taking all customer questions at the end of the webinar, and we would be addressing all the questions if we are not able to answer by emails or by LinkedIn chats or whatever. We can connect and get all your queries answered in due time. Okay, so moving on. So introduction to this customer. This customer was introduced by a customer of ours, to be honest. So it's a reference customer. We were doing some great job for a customer of ours, and this was given as a reference customer, reference link to us. I spoke to this customer at length, and then we came to the solution. So the solution was not only, about just understanding and giving a point solution, but understanding the core business. Okay. To give you a background of this customer was founded in 1998. This customer is very focused on haulage and road transportation industry. They have two sites within the United Kingdom, which is Northern Ireland and England. The key activities which happen with this customer is design and manufacturing. So they design their own products and they manufacture it on site. Okay. Sales and service into UK, EU, and Middle East. So they have a widespread sales cycle. So they want to be one of the biggest haulage and road transportation company in European Union and United Kingdom. That's their vision. MD is very clear. He needs to use technology to address this issue. At the moment, he has 200 employees. Obviously, due to the situation with COVID and all that, some of them are being furloughed and all. But what I've last spoken to him is that, all these guys are coming back because they have a lot of technology which these employees have got, and he wants to bring them all online and bring him on board as quickly as possible, because obviously his order books are full. Annual turnover of this company is around 200 million, and they are growing pretty fast. So that is just to give you a outline of the customer. Very technology focused, and the managing director is driving the technology through the organization. That is a key part of the project deliverable. If the business and the hierarchy understand that this technology can help and bring them growth, that's where the real value of these products actually come across and being delivered. So you can see from our presentation how the total project was handled and what are the deliverables we delivered in this project. So just to give you some quotes from the customer. So the managing director actually applauded us for our work which we have done. So PLM Central, using PTC technologies, has delivered a system which has been cost effective and exceeded all my expectation and streamlined my business processes. It is a very key quote because it has so much of value which we brought to the table, and the customer actually understands what it has brought to his business. He can just see, he can take reports out, he can just see what are the changes going on, who is managing the changes just by the click of a button. That is absolutely, what his vision was, engaging with us, and he has achieved that. This was a phase one. So we are looking into the future also with this customer. So we are intending to kickstart our phase two, which is middle of 2021, which is next year. We have already started the prep work for that to bring in our shop floor manufacturing process using augmented reality. We have some products which we have already identified, and we will be delivering it to the company. So post implementation, our products will be more competitive, well configured, and least amount of changes. The biggest challenge for the companies at the moment is supply chain. So when you do late changes, the supply chain is not able to function properly. So that is what, this process actually brings to the table, is that there are no late changes. The changes are already identified and given to the end supplier so that he can make the part and deliver it on time, so that his assembly line keeps on functioning. This is the quote from the managing director. Purposely, we are not giving the customer name here, guys. So if anybody has any query or any deeper questions on this customer, and would like to have a chat with the customer on like-to-like basis, we can offer that solution, but we need to understand what are the questions, so that if there's a referenceable, he's absolutely referenceable, and we can have a direct one-to-one chat with this customer. Moving on, guys. So every project, as you can imagine, has its own project challenges. And just to give you a background where the company was and how did this start. Okay, how did we start the project actually? So we wanted to start from where they are, and at that point, what were they using? So the company was using a data management solution known as DDM. I don't know, many companies, it's not a very famous CAD or a PLM tool, but this is the product which they were using. This product is being delivered by a company known as CSI in the United Kingdom, and they were using this product. The challenges which they're facing is the product was very much focused in the design department. Sales play a very important role in these kind of development processes, but they didn't have any connection into the system. So that was there was a big disconnect between sales and design. Very basic user access control in place. So they wanted to hook up people like suppliers into the system. They couldn't do that because the access control was very poor. It was not an enterprise-wide solution. So what I mean by that is, it was not used in the entire team, and it didn't have automated workflow processes in place so that you can automate the entire processes. And the customer service was absolutely atrocious. I tried once we actually went into the company and tried to deliver this product, and we had some queries. I tried to contact customer support, and it took really a long time to respond to any calls or understanding from a customer point of view. And who knows about technology, how the products are made. This was a client server technology and not a web-based technology, which this product was made on. Very poor performance over the wide area network. So there was a lot of problems in accessing, because there are two sites in United Kingdom. One site was very poorly managed, and the network speed was so bad that they couldn't access all this data through that. Some of the things which the product had poor functionality, like family tables and data duplication, some of the things which it couldn't manage. And this customer was really struggling, really struggling. So in the end, it was no end of problems for the customer. They were really struggling, and their efficiency was going down, and the system was in disarray. So the base challenge was that. Okay. Moving forward, our solution, which we actually proposed, was migration of CAD data from DDM to our system. We broke down the entire project into phases. That was very key. I would recommend this to anybody who is doing the implementation, to break down the projects into small chunks, which they can deliver in phases. Sometimes customers ask a lot, but we need to be realistic in what we can deliver in a certain phase. So we broke down the project into small chunks. We identified the objects within our system. So it's very key that you can do phase by phase manner, but the identification of the real-time objects within the system should be very key, identified before the phase-wise deliverable needs to be planned. Okay. Every parameter was mastered once. This is a very key part of our solution, because they had duplications all over the place. So for example, if there is a customer name or a sheet metal part thickness or something, it was duplicated all over the place. What we did was we took that parameter, rationalized all the parameters, and put it in one key location where the entire system would feed from that parameter. Access control for different user groups. We created a complete access control chart along with the customer, and we delivered it once the customer went live. This document is a master document, and this will be kept forever. So the way how the change management works is that anybody asking for access control change needs to update the document, give it a proposal to the MD. MD approves it, and then it comes to us. Okay. Automatic certification creation. This is a bit of customization which we did, where these roadworthy certificates for all these transportation industries are very critical, and these certifications now are created automatically with a template document, and Steph would go down that route. Once I hand over this presentation to him, he'll be dwelling into this a little bit deeper. We are doing the integration with ERP. They have a Microsoft-based ERP system, which the data which is collected from the PLM, and it's integrated into the ERP. Another very important part of the project was they wanted to integrate warranty for the tanks. So the system now can generate when was it the tank actually delivered to the customer and when the warranty starts on the product. So that is pretty much very, very clear in the system now, so that anybody like a phone operator now actually starts using our system, and they would be just calling in saying, okay, this is my chassis number. Is this warranty applicable or no? So it is so easy now. A phone or telephone receptionist can actually go into a system and start checking the warranty of the system. Future projects. So we are looking at manufacturing using ThingWorx, Navigate, and NPM Link, some of our products, and this would be the future goal of the projects. But manufacturing, some part of the manufacturing is already covered within the existing profile of the project, guys. Okay, so that is just the introduction, a top-level introduction of the project. And there are many more aspects of the project. If somebody is interested, we can go through that. But with the limited time which we have, we could just point out some of the key parts of the project. Okay, so I'm done introducing. Now, to go another step deeper, I would like my colleague Stefan to take over from here, and he can deliver the next bit of the presentation. Over to you, Steph.
Okay, good morning and welcome to our webinar. My name is Stefan, and I will be talking about how this solution is implemented and what are the different items and processes involved. First, to start with, I would like to introduce some of the terminologies what I will use during this presentation. These are the following. An object, it is an item in the system. An inquiry is a sales contact from a customer. Project is the actual product in the system. Options and variants is a rule-based automatic product configurator. These rules are already predefined by us. The service report is the actual warranty for the product. The lifecycle state, it is an enterprise object. Okay, so on this diagram, we can see a workflow, what we implemented, and sales is the main driver of this process. The inquiry is created by a salesperson, and this will kickstart this process in the system. The customer contact details are stored in the system and they are used as a reference. This way, we know exactly which inquiry relates to which customer. No inquiry can go into the internal review task without containing the relevant information. The customer data, the code document, the specification needs to be attached to the inquiry before this process moves into the internal review task. After the internal review task was successful and everybody involved agreed, the code document will be sent to the customer. If the code is won, then the top level item, which in this case we call it a project, it is actually the product, will be automatically created. The name of the project will reflect some key information depending on the choices made on the inquiry attributes. This way, this project is easily recognizable by the users. On the project, once the project is created, the next task is for the design team is to create the design data for this project. This is kind of a very quick and easy procedure. It can be done by simply applying the project specification in the CAD software. After the product design is created, then the manufacturing process can begin. During this process, for example, the laser cut component list, it is shared with a laser cut component supplier, which is a third-party company. Okay, on this slide, we can see how is an inquiry created. This is done by the salesperson, and it will start and drive the process presented earlier. This item will contain key sales and engineering information, which will define the project created later. The lifecycle state is automatically set, and it will show exactly in which stage is the sales process. And also through user access control, this entity is only just visible by the relevant people, like people from the sales department, because there is no need to share sales information with other users. Using options and variants as part of the sales process, product specification can be created. This product specification, it is created by the sales person, and it will reflect the configuration for the product. Any specification easily can be exported into a common file format like Excel, PDF, or Word. This way, this specification can be shared with any external user, like, for example, the customer. This product specification can be directly used by the designers. Using the specification, the designer can easily create the product design by simply applying it in the CAD software. This is a straightforward and very quick procedure. In case of the inquiry is won, the project will be automatically generated. The name of this item contains key information, and this is easily recognizable by the users. This is a top-level product information, and it acts as one point of reference. It contains all the information related to the product, and this will include the inquiry, the specification, the design files, documents, manufacturing bill of material, attributes, and as we can see it, even the visualization. The lifecycle state will show exactly in what stage is every object in the system. as we can see here, this project, it is in production, then we know exactly that this is this product is in the production phase. Okay, so all the documents which relate to a product are directly linked with it within the system. The different type of documents like chassis plate documents, certification documents are automatically filled in with parameters from the system. This is an automatic process, and this way we reduce the chances of the data-related errors. Any document is easily accessible directly from any Microsoft product through a Microsoft integration. As we can see on the screen, we have a chassis plate document and a certification document, and the values are automatically populated. During the production phase, a third-party company has external access to the system, and they can retrieve the laser cut component list and the DXF files. Only just the relevant information is shared with this third-party supplier. Okay, so once the product is delivered to the customer, if any fault appears during the warranty period, a service report can be raised within the system, and this will start a special workflow which will involve relevant people like the service department managers, service engineers, design engineers. This process also includes the change management. The lifecycle state for this item is automatically set, and it will show exactly in which stage is the process. The system keeps track of all the relevant information and steps provided to solve this error. Also, it will notify the relevant people if the solution it is not delivered in time. Now, as a final conclusion, let's see some of the benefits of this implementation. So first of all, this system acts as one version of truth. It is an enterprise-wide solution in which different departments are like sales, production, design, and service department are involved. It contains well-defined automated processes. This will help to cut the delivery time and the error cost. Also, the design time is cut by 60% because the sales specification can directly create the design data. Also, we saw that some warranty and change processes, automated change processes are implemented, and reports can be easily generated for analysis purposes. Now, this concludes our presentation. Now, if there are any questions, this is the questions and answer session. So if there are any questions, let us know, and we will try to answer them.